So the Penguin just ended with its season finale, possibly even its series finale, and I think it's officially safe to say, this shit was the best show of 2024, hands down, I don't care. It was better than Fallout, better than X-Men 97, better than Shogun, better than Batman Caped Crusader, better than Arcane. Hold up, Arcane Season 2 isn't even fully out yet, so you can't really compare. Shut the hell up. Better than The Boys. This ain't even comparable. Listen, I could go on and on, but you get the point. This show is really like that. And it's not just recency bias here. I know the show just finished, but they didn't miss on a single episode, man. They seriously went 8 for 8, and I couldn't believe it. Now, with an intro like that, I know what some of y'all are gonna say. Oh, brother, the glaze is real. Who at HBO paid this guy? Oswald Cobblepot must have wrote bro's script. Listen here, man. If recognizing that a show is very well made and has some amazing performances is considered glazing, then this show is a donut. This shit is my girlfriend's face then, cause I'm a glaze. My fault, y'all, but the point is, I was thoroughly surprised by the quality of this show. In case you don't know, because I get a lot of comments on TikTok with people being confused about the universe, the Penguin series is a direct continuation / spin-off of the Batman movie from 2022. It's the same universe, same characters, same world, same Penguin. Instead of seeing Gotham City through the eyes of the Batman like the movie, we go down to the street level and experience Gotham through the lens of one of the most iconic Batman villains. I could tell you all day long that this show is good, but I want to tell you why the show is so good and why you should watch it if you haven't already. Now, I've said this before on TikTok, but not too much on here. Matt Reeves' The Batman is my favorite Batman movie to date. Yes, I like this movie better than the Dark Knight trilogy. Sue me. I loved getting a more detective-y Batman, a truly grounded and gritty story. And I loved the emphasis they put on Batman using fear as the ultimate tool against crime. There's a certain atmosphere to the Batman that I can't quite explain. A certain type of aura. And somehow, some way, the Penguin managed to completely capture that quality and atmosphere as well. I know it's easy to make fun of the MCU at this point, but this is seriously something they could take notes on. With the MCU movies all seeming to have shifting tones, the shows emphasize that feeling even more. Like genuinely, sometimes the MCU shows don't even feel connected to the MCU. Despite certain references and returning characters, there's no established atmosphere that makes everything feel cohesive and consistent. That's something that the Penguin knocked completely out of the park. The Penguin wasn't even the main villain of the Batman movie, but they capture the very essence of what makes that movie into this show. And on the flip side, Batman himself doesn't appear one time in the show either. They don't really need to rely on his presence for this show to stand on its own 2 feet. It does that completely on its own. This show's writing is God sent, bro. Listen, I love big action scenes, crazy set pieces, and explosions as much as the next guy, but this show really doesn't have too much of that. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of action in the show, and when there is, the show does not pull its punches either.
The score we need to settle.
People die in this show. Like, all the time. But it certainly isn't relying on a bunch of action to keep you engaged. At no point during any episode was I just waiting for the action to happen so I could feel more interested, the same way I felt with a couple of MCU shows. The characters and writing of this show just truly kept me engaged. Every single character, from the Penguin himself, to his mother, to Sophia Falcone, every single character is interesting and always keeps you guessing about what their next move will be. From their own struggles to the way they interact with each other is all phenomenal. And while we're on the topic of characters, we gotta talk about these performances, bro. Colin Farrell, my good God. He already proved himself in the Batman, but this man went 2 for 2 flawlessly, bro. From the accent to the way he waddles around, this dude is the Penguin.
But if you step out of line just once, I swear to God, I'll gut you like a fucking fish. Do you understand?
It's crazy how he pulls off the charming yet psychotic role so well. Honestly reminds me a lot of Tony Soprano as a character. Matter of fact, the whole show kind of feels a bit like The Sopranos if it took place in Gotham City. And I mean that in the best way possible.
How you doing?
Renzi Felix as Victor. Oh, Victor. Why didn't you just take the bus to California with your girl, bro? Fuck! He absolutely crushed this role. This man plays a stutter so well, he had me Googling to see if he had a stutter in real life. Talking about Oz, we're family. How does he do that shit, bro?
Steak frites. Steak frites.
But holy shit, if Kristen Milotti wasn't the most unexpected banger of them all, her role as Sophia Falcone has to be one of my favorite performances this year. And her in that yellow dress might be one of my favorite looks this year too. Stop, guys, come on, be mature, come on. She played her role to the letter, man. And her character story is arguably one of the most important ones in the whole series, especially when it comes to showing you who the Penguin really is. Finding out he's the reason she got sent back to Arkham Asylum for 10 years, also he could look more favorable in her father's eyes, than her getting out and still being treated like shit by the whole family, fueling her actions for the rest of the season, God, man. At any moment in the show, it felt like she could snap. And don't even get me started on the Penguin's mother. Don't even get me started, bruh. The way she interacts with her son, in the beginning you almost think she's just as evil as Oz, and that she just straight up created the monster that he is. But no, it goes so much deeper. She'll just randomly snap and get angry with him, and you just think it's because she's old. She's got dementia, which is known to make older people a bit more mean depending on the individual case. But no, Penguin has always been that monster. Finding out as a boy he's the reason for his two brothers' deaths, then finding out his mother knew all along and planned to kill him for it, her ultimately deciding not to, believing Oz would provide her a better life, all the way to the final reveal of her telling Oz she's always hated him for what he's done and that she regrets not having him killed. Who wrote this shit, bro? Is everything okay at home? This is peak fiction, man. Every episode of this show had me completely hooked. This is how you write a legacy villain, man. The Penguin is so cold and calculated in this show. Nothing he does in this show is without reason. Nothing he says is without purpose. Seeing him manipulate multiple groups of people, straight up lie, talk his way out of every situation, this shit is generational, bro. Absolutely masterclass writing and acting. I'm so curious to see how this will lead into the second Batman movie and a possible season 2 for the Penguin. Colin Farrell himself has already confirmed that he has multiple scenes in the Batman Part 2, which is something else that's huge to me. There's too many movies now that spend a bunch of time hyping up their villain to be this big bad dude, just for him to be completely defeated at the end of the movie, never to be seen again. Now for standalone movies, that's one thing. But now everything is a connected universe. So many villains would hold more weight if they could be recurring villains. The Penguin isn't someone that Batman beats up one time and sends him to prison forever. The Penguin is a recurring character in Batman's roster of supervillains, and it's so dope to see him being treated as such. Not gonna lie though, after that finale, I had to hop on Arkham Knight just so I could beat the Penguin's ass.
I swear to God, you better kill me, Batman. Otherwise, I'm gonna kill you!
I had to put the beaters on that dude real quick. They warned us that we wouldn't like him anymore after the season finale. They were not lying. If you haven't seen the Penguin yet, especially if you've seen the Batman, do yourself a favor, fam. Go ahead and watch it. I mean, shit, if you've seen the Batman, you've got no excuse. What the hell are you doing? To everyone else, let me know what you thought of the show. If this wasn't your favorite show of this year, please let me know what was. To all my longtime subscribers, I know this isn't my usual style of video. I'm trying something out, okay? I really like this style of content, so I'm hoping I can get some feedback from you guys as well. Still trying to find the style of YouTube vid that fits the best for me. So if you like this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. And until my next video, it's your boy. Peace.
We been steady mob, yeah. Running routes, we mob, yeah. In a whip, we mob, yeah. Money straight up, talking shit gon' cost, yeah.